Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with K-On! Season 2 episode number 16 reaction. Right, the previous episode, it was the school marathon episode. Yes, before the school marathon, Yui and everyone went with Sawa Sensei, kind of met with Sawa Sensei and did a little bit of shopping. And on the day of the school marathon, yeah, Yui got lost. Not technically lost. She fell down and she went off to somewhere else, to the grandma's house, and everyone was like panicking, where is Yui? But finally was able to find out with Ui's help. And to avoid being last in the marathon, you know, at the end they were like running quickly because whoever, like, as Yui said, whoever is going to be last probably won't get a mochi because one mochi is missing. Well, Mio just didn't want to be last because if she's last, everyone will look at her. So the final section was hilarious. Everyone like just jumping towards the finishing line, and Mio did something so crazy, like just jumped and did like a whole barrel roll, and just either way, everyone was looking at her by the end of it. So yeah, yeah, that was a really funny episode, and yeah, so let's see what happens in this one, episode 16. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it whichever is a preference, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, what are these? What is that? Some kind of dessert? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, Sensor's not here, so. What the? Well, oh no. Hmm. Upperclassmen. Wait, aren't they the upperclassmen? I think so. Oh no. Tea and and dessert. Mm, yeah, definitely. Hmm. And oh my god, Azusa's like, we are doing nothing. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Wow. Yeah. Mugi. Yeah. Wait. Is there no one in? Oh. Oh my god. That's embarrassing. What the? Wait, is she sleeping? Why? Was she like sitting there to scare everyone or something? Probably. Oh, never mind. I thought she was just sitting there to jump scare some others. It's Moogie. It wouldn't surprise me if she did it. No, thank you. Oh my god, I was correct. Well, yep, she was there to jump scare others. Well, there you go. Oh god. Yeah, why is nobody here? Ah, that's why. Oh. Yeah. Okay. That. Well. Oh, does she want to play guitar? Maybe she's interested. She usually plays the keyboard. Hmm. Um. Yeah, not like that. Oh, I see. What? Wait, Yui, yeah, because of a whole sticker. Wait, that's it? Yeah, I thought. Yeah, at first it's gonna hurt, like unless until you have calluses. And, what? 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 No. What's happening? Okay, there you go. Hmm. I've heard like the guitar is like the easiest instrument to play out of all the instruments. From somewhere I've heard, but it's still pretty difficult. Yeah. I wonder, yeah, like, oh wait, I remember her coming to like join the choir. What band did she come to join? And she just joined us. The oh, she ate a little bit. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's fine. Oh my god. Ah, well, you lost your chance to scare them. Wait, were they? Oh my god. Even Mio was. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Oh, the stickers. Oh wait, maybe Mugi is the one who's putting it. Oh, never mind. Ooh, so okay. Usually Mio's the one who writes it. Hmm. Yeah. Because of that, he probably wants to take care of others. Oh boy. Oh yeah, she was going to be like, oh, today it'll be someone else, I think. Okay, let's see who is it this time. Ah, there you go. I knew it. It'll be someone else, and finally it'll be Yui, I think. Oh god. What? Guitar? Oh no, it probably typo bass. Wait, what about the song that? Yeah, we didn't hear it. Yeah. Okay. She's like, yes, I'm finally going back to my previous self. Wait, we read our. Yes, exactly. Oh my god. She was like, wait. She's like, yeah, you know what? Gotta correct myself. Hello? What's happened? Home economic homework? That what? Oh. True. Ah, I see, I see. Yeah. Yes. And let's have some tea and desserts and play around and play video games. Oh no. She's like, oh, she actually. Wait, is this the first time we're going to Ritsu's place? Yeah, I think so. Oh yeah, Mio should know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What? What? Oh, the seal. The stickers. Where's Ritsu? Yeah. Here we're going to see her talk to Ritsu. Like, like every girl, like, like first it was Mugi, now Mio. Oh. Ooh! Damn! That's nice! Hmm. What? Toilet? Oh my god. Yeah! You- okay. Rice cooker. Toast. Well, in the morning, I think it's fine. All right. Okay, this time it'll be Yui probably in the end. Oh my god. She's like, okay, yeah. You know what? This time. Okay, it's probably going to be Yui this time, or I don't know. It will be. It'll probably not be Ritsu because Ritsu we already. Yep, there you go. What's she doing? Looking at Ton. What's happening? Hmm. Yeah, but we have to do it. Azunyan senpai. Okay. Yeah. She was like, let's have tea. Oh, okay. No. What? She cannot read. Okay. Damn. She's sleeping. um. Hmm. Wow. Yeah. But no, they did kind of practice, I guess. Theoretical practice. No. Well, and Tonchan is Tonchan. Oh boy. What's happening? Oh, wait. Did she like drop it? Oh, okay. Well, because I'm pretty sure. No. Oh, the sticker, probably. Oh, oh that's why. Yeah. All right. Okay. What name? Oh my god. We did. Role? What? What role? Oh, this. Okay. Ah. Wow. What? No, that's not how it works. No. Oh my god. Oh boy. Oh god. Oh. Hmm. Okay, there you go. That was this episode. Another Azunian centered episode. And yes, we get to see Azusa trying her best to become the the former Azusa that she was, but unfortunately, she always gets just swept away by the K-On! Club members' own pace, and she ends up going back to her self that she is now, And yeah, and by the end of it, she's like, you know what, whatever, like it's fine. So yeah, overall, this episode was a very cute episode. Obviously, like just like Azusa Azusa interacting with the club members and like the different eccentricities. Wait, eccentricities? Is that what? Yeah, that she has, like she deals with while with the all the other club members. And I love that part where Yui kind of says like, "Oh, like you think of so much like so much difficult stuff, don't you?" But for me, it's just that you are you, Mio is Mio, like like Mugi is Mugi, Ritsu is Ritsu, and I'm me. So I never really think much about it, which kind of shows like obviously like Azusa was kind of thinking about, oh, how I was previously. I'm not like that. I need to be more serious. But you is like, no, previously you were you, even now you are you. So even if you go back to your previous self, that'll still be you. So I don't think that's that much of a like thing. And I guess like in the end, Azusa does realize like, you know what, she's correct, because yeah, at the end of the day, even that strict Azusa was her. Even this Azusa is her. So yeah, like she's just her, and that's how she should be. Okay, and yeah, and in the end, there was that part where we get to see Azusa again being swept up with the K-On! Club's like pace, where June was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a waitress," and she's like, "Oh, you're gonna wear like a cat ears or something?" And she's like, "Wait, what? Like, no, like waitresses don't wear cat ears." Azusa in the end realizes like, "Oh yeah, you're right. They actually don't. This is actually something the K-On! Club does only." And again, she gets swept away by their whole pace. And yeah, now I don't know if we're going to get like the cultural festival. I think like the school festival episode or something like that after this. Because for the one or two episodes we're seeing, like we're hearing about the school festival or something like that. Obviously, I'm sure they're going to have the concert. The concert they're talking about that we're going to go to. We'll have to participate in. But then the festival and all that, maybe all that stuff is going to happen. So in the upcoming episodes, maybe we're going to see a few more, because obviously like the festival doesn't really mean that we're only going to have the concert. I'm sure there'll be other activities as well, like they'll probably have to participate, as as I say, in the end, like every student will be provided like a role, like June will be like a waitress, and maybe Azusa will have to do something as well, and like the other stuff that they do, like they have to participate in the class stuff. So maybe we're going to see stuff like that, like let's wait and see. So yeah, so that was this episode. All right, let's talk about this episode step by step, just like I usually do. Okay, the beginning of the episode, we get to see all the girls in the club, and yeah, they have an extra dessert, which Sawachan Sensei won't be eating because she won't be here today. So they're like, "Oh, Asusa, you can have it." And Asusa's like, "Oh, is it fine?" And they're like, "Yeah, you're looking at it." And she was kind of looking at it, so. And then they see like Yui has like a sticker in her hair. Asusa's like, "What the hell is this?" And she tries to take it off, and I think June. Wait, was it June who comes in? I think so, yeah. And she's like, she comes in and she's like, "Wait, were you guys on a break or something?" Because they're eating like desserts and stuff. So Azusa's like, "Oh no." Right. So after this, you can see that they go like obviously in Azusa's class. Jun is like, "Okay, like can you write down what the K-On! Club does every day?" And Azusa's like, "Okay." In her head, she's like, "Wait a minute, we don't do anything. Like sometimes practice and eat and talk and laze around. That's all we do." So she writes like, I think like, wait, she first of all she writes meeting, then practice, then again meeting. The meeting part is actually, like having a tea time. That's the meetings actually. Wait, only half an hour of practice? Oh my god. There's a 1 hour meeting at the beginning, then half an hour practice, and then again 30 minutes meeting. And then they probably go home. And they're like, oh, you do a lot of meetings, don't you? And she's like, what do you guys do in the meeting? She's like, yeah. So he's like, oh, he's like, you talk about music, don't you? And she's like, yeah, we do those stuff, maybe talk about like some new song we came up with, maybe like, like who's going to do, like, what we're going to do in the concert, stuff like that. And Juni's like, you've changed, haven't you, Azusa? Because we all know, like, the first Azusa that we saw, she was always like, practice, practice, practice. And now she's like, oh, we do meetings and stuff, So okay, she's like, alright, you know what? I'm gonna change myself. I'll become the previous Azusa again. Goes to the club room, and there's no one. Oh, that part was funny where she was like trying different ways to get in, and she was like, oh no, I'm kind of imitating like Ritsu, Yui. I should, like, how should I go in? Either way, she goes in and she's like, nobody's here. Then she sees Mugi just sleeping at the corner. Now here I was like, oh, she was probably sitting there like waiting to jump scare them or something. And at first I thought that's what she was doing, because I feel like that's an idea that Mugi is going to have. Like, oh, let me just stay here and like scare the others when they come in. That seems like a Mugi idea completely. Like Mugi is like the type of person who like does these type of pranks, and like who seems like that type of person, while Ritsu is like someone who won't really do pranks, but she'll just directly just like just do stuff to you, like that type of person. While Yui is just Yui and Mio's the one who's getting pranked. So that's the whole dynamic of this club. So when I saw her sitting there, I was like, oh, she's probably there waiting to like jump scare anyone or something, and she just fell asleep. And then she's like, oh, I found this place and it's quite nice. And then she actually says like, yeah, I was here to sit and prank the others. I like when they would come in and I'll be like, boo. And then she's like, oh, wait a minute, you already came in. And then she does her boo again, but Azusa doesn't get scared, and Azusa's like, yeah, it's not going to work now. At which Mugi gets depressed, so she's like, oh, I'm scared, Okay, so she's like then just sitting there waiting for the others to come in so she can scare them. But Azusa's like, okay, now that we're alone, like, we don't really get paired up together that much. So this is kind of interesting. I wonder what I should do. So she's like, all right, let me practice. And Mugi's like, okay, then I'll do some tea. But then Mugi's pretty interested in Azusa's guitar. So Azusa's like, you want to play it? And she's like, okay. So at first she wasn't able to properly hold it. So Azusa helps her out and puts the strap, like properly and everything. And so I love the fact that all she probably wanted to do that was just have the guitar and carry it. And that's it. She had no plans on actually playing it. So she looks at her reflection on the mirror, and then she's like, oh, it's fine. But Azusa's like, wait, you are not going to play it? So Mugi's like, okay, then let's play it then. So, right. So Azusa starts telling her what to do. She tells her the different chords, the F chord and everything. And she's like, oh, this is how you should do it. And she's like doing it properly. And yeah, in the end, she had her, like she played to her content, whatever she played. And she's like, it's pretty complicated, isn't it? Guitar. And now, like I said, I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard from a lot of people that guitar is probably, out of all the musical instruments, is probably the easiest to kind of grasp and do. But I remember myself trying to there was a time when I wanted to I bought a guitar as well and wanted to play it. I went to a teacher who taught me, but I didn't have much time, so I wasn't able to continue it. And the little bit I remember, it was pretty complicated. But I'm guessing it's complicated at the beginning, because later on, guitar kind of becomes a muscle memory. Like your hands automatically do stuff, like that kind of thing. So it's probably difficult at the beginning. But the fact that I've heard people say like guitar is probably the easiest instrument actually baffled me, because I had a pretty tough time when I was learning guitar. So yeah, but anyways, so Mugi's like, oh, like I played the piano since I was a kid and I practice every day. And Azusa's like, oh, I did the same for my guitar as well. So here she's like, I wonder why Mugi Senpai joined the K-On Club. As far as I can remember, I remember her coming and to see if the club was like a, what club did she, like, I think it was a choir club or something like that, like some other type of club she thought it was. So she came, I remember her coming, and Ritsu and Mio were there only, and they were like, oh, like, like join us or something. And Mugi was like, yeah, sure, why not? That kind of thing that just happened, as far as I can remember. And obviously, Yui was also came in later on, and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyways, so she brings the dessert, and Azusa realizes she just like eating a little bit from the dessert because her like face is the cream was there. So Azusa wipes it off, and Azusa's like, "Wait a minute, where are you eating?" And she's like, she kind of gets embarrassed, and she's like, "Yeah, I was kind of sneaking in a few bites." And Azusa starts laughing, and Azusa's like, "I wasn't expecting this." While all of this is happening, everyone's outside just seeing what's going on. So Azusa's like, "What the hell are you guys doing?" And they're like, oh, it's a new combination. So yeah, we were seeing what's going on. So after that, they start having their tea, and Mugi's like, oh, I have a song. You guys, wanna see it? And yeah, there you go. Next day, Azusa's like, oh no, I just again got like swept in on their pace. Because all they did after that was eat and like just discuss. So there you go, and she's like, oh no, this isn't good. Oh boy. And yeah, here Azusa was like talking to her friends, and she was like, oh, Mugi's pretty like like interesting. She's usually, she seems like the, like, and obviously she's a rich girl, and but she loves taking care of others and everything. And then Jun is like, yeah, but you just like you just reverted back. And Azusa's like, yeah, I did. So she's like, all right, today I'll be different. I'll be back to my usual self. Goes to the club room. This time it is Mio. Now I feel like Mio, the only chance that she probably would have had to revert back to her previous self was with Mio, because Mio's a person who is kind of serious about this. Like does her practicing and everything. So this was probably the best chance that she could have, because with Ritsu and Yui, in no way is she going back to her previous self. So Mio was there, and she goes in, and she's like, oh, like she's like, okay, like let's like practice. And Mio's like, okay, let me just first tune this. And she's like looking at Mio tuning the whole thing, and they start talking about Mugi's song, what they'll do, and this stuff like that. And yeah, so they're like, all right, so should we practice? Oh no, wait, sorry. She's like, after the tuning ends, she's like, okay, now let me get ready for tea. And Mugi's like, Mio's like, wait, weren't we going to practice? And she just realized, oh no, I just started acting like them again. I wanted to go back to my previous self. But then during this, like after that whole section, like Ritsu comes in, and Ritsu's like, oh, help me out, home economics homework. So yeah, practice out of the window. We'll be doing stuff like we're going to help Ritsu with the home economics homework. And Mio's like, yeah, homework is important. So they're like, all right, come to my place. Yui's like, yeah, so let's go, everyone. And the whole thing completely escalates from practicing to homework to going to Ritsu's house to just hanging out with Ritsu and everyone. The whole escalation. So yeah, they go to Ritsu's place, and I think this was the first time they actually visited Ritsu's place. Obviously, we have seen Ritsu's place before in the episodes where we get to see Mio and Ritsu together. Like that one episode where Ritsu was sick and all that, and Ritsu and Mio kind of had a little fight. Do you remember that episode? Yeah, we saw Ritsu's house then. But everyone at the same place in Ritsu's house, I think this is the first time. Yeah. Wait, so whose house have we gone to get all with the whole group? We went to Yui's house multiple times. Like Yui's house is like the main hub of everyone. Outside the school, like everyone, like the main hub is like Yui's house because everyone goes to Yui's house all the time. Then there is Ritsu's house. We came today with everyone. Mugi's house we have went to with everyone. I remember. Mio's house. I don't think we have went to Mio's house, have we? We have seen Mio's house, but with everyone we haven't really went there. Neither did we go to Azusa's place. But I guess Yui sometimes goes to Azusa's place because of Ui and like that whole thing. But everyone with the whole group, I don't think. So the only one with the whole group we haven't gone to is Azusa and Mio's place. So there you go. Anyways, this is like comes taking off her shoes, and her brother, he's like, "You're back, sister," and she just like gets baffled looking at what's going on. Like so many upperclassmen, like just the girls just standing there, and he gets flabbergasted, and he's like, "What?" And then he's like, "Oh, like hello," and goes back to the toilet again. Anyways, so they go up and like they do the whole sewing thing, with Mio helps out with the home economics homework, and yeah. So Yui, wait, what was that she gives? Oh, the thing that she dropped. She dropped the like that thing, Azusa, in the club room. So Yui gives it back. Let's just put a sticker on it. Anyways, so while all of this is going on, Ritsu is missing. So they're like, "Where is Ritsu?" So Azusa's like, "Oh, let me go." And Ritsu's brother comes in and he's like, "Oh, sister's calling you guys." So we go down and we see Ritsu was like probably preparing the stuff, like like the hamburger and stuff. Wait, we have a hamburger steak, broccoli, carrots, probably miso soup, I think, some salad. What is that? A potato, mashed potato, or something like that? I don't know. And some pickles? Is that pickles? Or what is that? I have no idea. Anyways, so yeah, stuff like that. So I was not expecting Ritsu to actually like cook, and it does make sense because I think I remember seeing her cooking before as well in one of the episodes, I think. And it makes sense because she I think like her parents are usually out for work and she has to take care of her brother, so which is why it kind of makes sense why she can like do her housework and stuff. And but so it was kind of surprising to see she couldn't like do this. Oh, but she kind of explained that she cannot do it with a machine. She can like hand using her hand she can do it, normal sewing, but not with a machine. That's why she wanted Mio's help. So yeah, anyways, so they're like sitting down going to eat, and I was like, Ritsu, something over there. It's like his father's laundry. This part is so funny, everyone's like trying not to look at it and like kind of like like not talking about it, while Yui's like, "Oh, it's pink." It's pink. Oh my god. Everyone's avoiding that topic and he's like, "Oh, it's pink." Oh god. Anyway, so they're like having like breakfast, not breakfast, sorry, probably dinner or something over there, and they have rice, miso soup, hamburger and stuff. They're like eating, and they're like, "Oh, this is so good," like rice is good, and they talk about yeah, you like, "Oh, rice is amazing, but sometimes I eat toasts in the morning, like it's easy." And yeah, obviously like rice is like in Japan and in my place as well, India, rice is a staple diet. So that is one thing that I feel like I can find extremely common with with animes and in in Japanese shows and everything, people eating rice, because we do the same here as well, rice every single day, every single time, morning rice, lunch rice, dinner rice, every single time rice. sometimes morning breakfast, like like Yui says, toasts and stuff. But rice is the main. Rice, every time rice. So yeah, I can heavily relate to that. This is one thing that I can heavily relate to anime. Like eating rice every day. And yeah, like I cannot even imagine eating something else because rice seems like the main thing. Like like yeah, like it fills you up, and like it's easy and everything. So anyways, so Riz is like you idiot, like you're a Japanese, you eat rice. Well, anyways, so there you go. Over there, everything just went in the usual direction. So yeah, next day Azusa again recounts tells the whole story to her friends Ui and Jun, and they're like, interesting. And okay, Ui's like, you got to eat Risu Senpai's cooking, didn't you? That's so good. Azusa's like, yeah, it was really delicious. Jun is like, oh, showing off. Right, so now Azusa's like, okay, this time I'm definitely going to be the usual Azusa. So, and I knew like, oh, this time it isn't happening because it's either Ritsu over there or it's Yui, because those are the two who really didn't. But I guess we did get a Ritsu section later on, like with the whole thing. But yeah, so I was like, yeah, Yui's probably there, and so if Yui's there, in no way is she going back to her previous self. So she gets in and Yui's there, and Azusa's like, all right, let's start practicing. But Yui's like, wait. You see the aquarium, Tonchan's like water, it's dirty. We need to clean. And Azusa's like, oh no, we're again reverting back to the previous like pace. We need to practice. But then she's like, you know what? No, we need to take care of this because otherwise Tonchan will be in, like his place is dirty. So we have to take care of this. So yeah, they're ready. They like kind of put the water outside, put Tonchan in a bucket, start scrubbing, and Yui starts singing like a weird song. Oh boy. But anyways, after they have done it, Azus is like, oh no, we didn't practice today again. So she's like, alright, you know what? Now let us practice. So she's like, should we practice now? But Yui's like, okay, no. Instead of practicing, I have some question about the song. So she asks Azusa about like how to read the whole thing and everything, and Azusa kind of helps her out. She talks about like some interesting, like some like difficult terms, like what was it, fortissimo, and wait, fermata. Okay, fermata, fortissimo, or something like that. Yeah, so Yu's like, why couldn't these all be in Japanese? But then Yu's like, but fermata sounds cool, so yeah, I feel like fermata should stay fermata. Alright, anyways, all of this was happening, and yeah, the time just went past. Azusa's like, oh no, we didn't practice again. So she's like, let's do the practice now, And Yu's like, okay, you seem kind of different, like you're kind of pumped up. What's going on? And Azusa kind of talks to Yui about her whole, like how she's wants to go back to her true self and whatnot. And here's where Yui says something very interesting. She's like, oh, you think of some important things, don't you, Azusa? I've never spent anything like time thinking about stuff like this because you're just you, Azunyan. Ritsu is Ritsu, Mio is Mio, Mugi is Mugi. Yeah, and so I never thought about it like that. Yeah, so she's basically saying like it's not that you are trying to go back to your previous self, because even this self is you. So every even what you're doing now is you. What you did previously was you as well. So I never really thought about it like that. Like, which is a very, I guess you could say, very what's that word? Very like interesting, like a very liberating way to look at it, because she's like, yeah, it's not that you changed, but you just are you. You didn't change. You still were you before. Now you're still you. Like this is all part of you. This part, where you like just hang out with us and get carried away with us, that is you. The previous strict Azusa was also you. So why are you looking at it separately like that? Everyone, you're just you. And again, like I said, that's a very interesting way to look at it. I never thought about it. Now that I'm thinking, you know. But that sounds like something Yui would say. So yeah, I was just like, you know what? Yeah, it's it's fine. So next we get to see in the classroom, like she dropped her keychain that she like that they gifted her. You remember? So one of the girls were like, "Oh, is this yours, Azusa?" And Azusa's like, "Oh yeah, thanks. How did you get it? How did you know that it was mine?" So she at first she didn't realize what was going on. Then she looked at the back of the thing and saw that Yui wrote a sticker, like stack a sticker, and it was written Azunyan. So I'm pretty sure she did that while, like her bag was in class, and she was probably just sticking the stickers everywhere. And she probably saw Azusa's bag, and she was like, "Oh, let me do it," and then put it on her keychain. And that is why it was easy to find out, because like obviously I'm pretty sure Azusa would have found it out eventually, even if Yui didn't write the name. It would be a more complicated process, like because whoever would find it, they would probably take it to the lost and found, like place, and then Azusa would have to realize that she's missing it. Then she will go to the lost and found place and then like inquire about it, and then she'll get it back. So it would have been a complicated process. But since Yui had wrote the name and put a sticker on it, it was easy. The girl who found it immediately knew whose it was. So Azusa's like, oh, like this time only I'm gonna like it's all thanks to Yui that I got it back so quickly. So yeah, and then they're again back in the club room and eating dessert, and everyone's like, the extra dessert, since it's not going to come, you can have it. Azusa's like, is it fine? I ate it the previous day as well. And they're like, yeah, obviously, your name is written on it. And she looks, and she sees that Yui again put a sticker on it. Oh my god. Oh god. And then like the funniest part after that, the teacher was like, oh, decide your role by next week in the school festival and all that. And Jun was like, oh, maybe I'll become a waitress, And they're like, oh, that's good. And I was just like, yeah, like so which animal ears will you be putting on? And they're like, wait, what animal ears? And she's like, oh, won't you be putting on cat ears? Because that's what waitresses do. Everyone in the club room is like looking at her. Classroom is looking at her. And Jun is like, actually, no, waitresses don't put on cat ears. That's what you guys do. And Azusa gets embarrassed. Azusa realizes that, oh no, that's right, waitresses actually don't put on cat ears. I again got swept in with the K-On! Club's antics. Oh boy, that was funny. Yeah, and that's where it ended. A really nice episode, Azusa centric episode, and yeah, that was great. So that is it for episode number 16 of K-On! Season 2. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys next week with another episode of K-On! Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.